This is Wiggum from Reddit Omega bringing you a recap of war number 213. So we just finished this war, and we were matched up against a random clan, Irish Pride, another level 8 clan, and we won quite handily. You'll see they were pretty much a 2-star clan, and we are a 3-star clan, including at Town Hall 10. We did really well on Town Hall 10 attacks this war, getting 5 Town Hall 10 triples. In fact, that's what we're going to be looking at today. And then cleared all their Town Hall 9s and their Town Hall 8s. In fact, we cleared their Town Hall 9s and Town Hall 8s so quickly that quite a few of our Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 8 attacks were scouting or practice attacks, challenging yourself to copy a clanmate's attack, for example. So I'm going to look at 5 attacks today, and they are all Town Hall 10 attacks. And we're going to start with a 9.5. So this is Mr. T cleaning up their number 9. Now, I had attempted this base with a Gola Loon, and it didn't quite work. And T is coming and cleaning up this base with a Goho. One thing we like to say in Omega is go ho or go home. We are very well known for that attack, and T is one of the best at it. So, because we knew there was a CC Hound, T split off the Loon with a poison spell and is now using the Healer Archer trick to tie up that Hound for a while. And that leaves him free to start with his Shattered Goho from about 7 o'clock. When you're doing the Healer Archer trick, a Stone Goho is pretty much out of the question, so pretty much have to cut a Golem and even a couple of Hogs to make room for that healer. But well worth it in the grand scheme of things. You really don't need to tank as much with your Golems because they're not taking the CC. So there were ground expos on this base. That's one of the reasons I try to attack it with air. But T shows that you can simply tank through it. Now, his Barbarian King does die while he's getting tied up with those skeletons and with the Barbarian King, but his Archer Queen comes by, and under Rage, she's going to take out that opposing Barbarian King quickly, and that Archer Queen is going to 2-shot her, and he's going to go ahead and trickle his Hogs in. Now, because I attacked this base with air, I did not scout any giant bombs, so T is playing this pretty cautiously. He did trip 2 with his kill squad, but there could potentially be 3 more. So he's trickling his Hogs in quite slowly. He still has 10 on hold, and he's wanting to trip that last giant bomb or double giant bomb. There it goes. And he saved a heal spell. He didn't bother healing those Hogs because he knew they were going to die anyway. Now, in a 9.5, they could potentially have a 5th giant bomb, which makes hogging quite hard. This base did not have a 5th giant bomb, and T's heal is last. His heal is perfectly placed for those final point defenses. And with his Archer Queen up and just a few cleanup wizards. Cleanup is a little light because of the troop space required for the Healer Archer trick as well as his wizards, but he is able to take out all the point defenses, and now the only concern are these pups. I noticed something really interesting here, and it's that the pups really clump up when they're traveling a long distance. So watch what this Archer does. Boom. All dead. So that helps preserve his Hogs and makes the cleanup a little quicker. His Archer Queen probably would have taken them all out anyway. It's always nice when a Town Hall 9 can clear up a Town Hall 10. And T not only cleared this Town Hall 10, but he also had a solid 2-star on another Town Hall 10. So great war from him, attacking with the big boys. Next attack is John Mango on their number 8. Now, Mango's doing an AQ walk with golems and kind of a go-wee-wee AQ walk. He's got a very wide funnel going, and that's normal. When you've got 3 golems, you want a wide funnel. When you have 4, you want even wider. Spread out their tanking. Get as many external point defenses down as possible. And here he's basically attacking half the base with his kill squad, which is right in the middle. That's a theme that we're going to see several times, which is right in the middle. keep an eye out for that. Another theme we're going to see is raged witches and raged skeletons are very good. So as Kill Squad's headed into the cores, Barbarian King is wandering a little bit, and you'll note that his Archer Queen is beating on a wall trying to join his Kill Squad. But still got quite a few golems alive. Just one witch, but he's also got a couple of healers. And those healers are going to transition to healing the golems now that the Archer Queen's at full health. Still has both hero abilities. And there's just not much left at this base to oppose him. Even though he doesn't have much cleanup, his heroes are going to be sufficient along with a raged witch. So Barbarian King ability pop to get through that wall quicker, take out those buildings quicker. And now there are 4-point defenses, 2 of them splash. Splash is quite good against witches, obviously, but in this case, the splash is not targeting the witches. And a golem is kindly tanking that archer tower. Supported by a healer, it will not die. And the Barbarian King, when he popped his ability, a lot of barbarians spawned, obviously, and they're still alive, participating in cleanup. It's probably the longest I've ever seen those barbarians live and contribute to the effort. Go ahead and take down that remaining defense, and it's a cleared Town Hall 10. Next attack, Stingray on their number 6. Now, Stingray had 2 Town Hall 10 triples. We're going to be seeing them both. Starting with a Laloon attack with some lightning and earthquake. So maybe some zap quake action, we'll see. Probably wanted that archer tower to go down, but it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Now he's going to drop his EQ with an AQ walk idea to take out an air defense. She's going to eventually get there. She's going to take a while and probably scare Sting in the process. Probably had visions of her just ignoring that air defense and then all of his healers dying to this air defense and then the raid not succeeding. But she finally does take the wall break. Going to drop his king with just a wizard. This helps funnel the Archer Queen. Also takes out a couple of point defenses. And helps with the percentage. It doesn't quite take out a second air defense. Perhaps he was hoping for that. Okay, we have an earthquake, and now we have a couple of lightning spells taking down that Inferno. So now we see what the Zap Quake is for. Now the second Inferno is not quite going to go down from the lightning, but he took down the important Inferno. And it's the important Inferno because it's the one that would oppose the Archer Queen. Now, the healers cannot be mitigated. They can be slowed down by the sweeper there, but that Queen's going to be left free to wreak havoc. Now he's going to go ahead and start his Laloon. Because these air defenses are so exposed, his loons actually get in very quickly. That's why he was able to run lightning spells and earthquake spells instead of worrying about so many hastes and rages. He does want to rage in toward that Inferno Tower, get them there as quick as possible. Queen is still alive, still has her ability. Tanking a Tesla, it's always nice. Go ahead and pop that ability just to clear a little quicker. And we're going to note something very curious here. I don't think Sting expected this, and it certainly surprised me when I was watching the replay. He came into this with 3 hounds, and you may notice by the lack of pups that those 3 hounds are all still alive. We're going to see at the very end they're all going to get hit by a bomb, and it's going to show their health, but they're all 3 at pretty low health, but not a single one spawned pups. And yet, he's still able to clear this base very quickly. So we're going to head to that last defense, or that last building. Now we're going to see that air bomb. And look at the health of those 3 pups, or those 3 hounds, all very low. None of them spawned the pups, which would have sped up the cleanup a little bit, but it doesn't matter. He had tons and tons of loons left at the end also. Very interesting attack using the lightning spells on the Inferno Towers. I'd be anxious to see, with upgraded Earthquake, if 2 lightnings are sufficient to take down Infernos reliably in a Zapquake. Okay, Stingray strikes again on their number 5. This time he's going Witch heavy. Now, it makes a lot of sense because these are single target Infernos. This base had been scouted by Mr. T, who had that solid 2-star on this base. So Sting has got his wall breakers deployed, and that's unfortunate. But he's got a nice wide funnel, so his heroes are not going to wander. That's important. If the heroes were going to wander, he'd have to commit his jump spell here. He wouldn't get as far into the base, and I don't think it would result in a 3. Instead, he just uses his units to beat their way through that wall. It's only a skull wall after all. And he's going to rage the witches. Rage and skeletons work very, very well together. Makes them exponentially more powerful. So because he wasn't able to wall break, his king did not take the jump, but king's actually still contributing indirectly. And now he's going to drop some loons on the side. Now, he does this before he takes out the air defenses. He could have been perhaps a little bit more patient, and his loons would have gotten a little further. But they do their job. Trying to take down as many point defenses as possible to preserve those witches. And also to preserve his Barbarian King as long as possible. So there is exactly 1 splash building left, and it's this Wizard Tower, and it's dying now. So it's very hard to oppose these witches with the remaining single target point defenses. It is possible if these witches become disjointed from their skeletons, which is going to happen to a certain extent. You're going to see that some of those skeletons are going to veer south out of the base, and that's going to leave some witches exposed to that Tesla. That took out 2. And then a giant bomb's going to take out a 3rd. But he still has 4 witches left. Even when 1 gets caught in no witch land and dies also. 3 witches with this many skeletons is more than enough for the remaining 2-point defenses. Teslas do have that rapid rate of fire to one-shot skeletons, but not enough to manage that many witches. And our last attack is Disaster on their number 2. Deez is going with a Go Wee Wee. You can tell that he has 5 golems, 3 jumps, and he's going to take his time at the beginning and place those jumps. So 1, 2, and 3. Perfectly placed to get his units into the second layer of defenses. So 2 golems to the top, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the middle. Lots of wizards to create a big funnel. And then bring on the witches, including some CC witches, so those are level 3. Total of, I believe, 6 witches. So the CC spawned, he poisons it, he freezes it, and he's going to rage on top of it. It looks like I sped it up to ×2, but I didn't. It's just that raged skeletons do chew through things very, very quickly. Heroes are both at full health, and he has pretty much perfect witch distribution. He has 2 top, 2 middle, or 3 middle, and he's got some headed toward the bottom now. So his witches are splitting up very well. Essentially, he's just steamrolling this base from northeast to southwest, and you see that it's not going to take much longer to finish it up. Barbarian King is stuck on a wall there, but with a skull wall, that's not a big concern. Queen still has her ability. And you'll note there are very few point defenses remaining. Yes, wizard towers are good against witches, but not when golems are tanking them. So he's proceeding completely around the base. He's even got cleanup archers on the outside, all headed toward the same direction, toward this last lowly wizard tower. Queen takes it out. He still has his own archer queen ability left. He'll use that to contribute to cleaning up in just a moment. But if we look, he still has, I believe, 5 of his original 6 witches. Really good stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed those Town Hall 10 attacks. I'm sorry that I didn't take time to show the plethora of great Town Hall 9 attacks we had. We had 6-star efforts from Boot Chalk, Top Cop, Show Me, Green Man, and Shadow at Town Hall 8. And I normally like to show, Town Hall or 9 attacks when someone gets 6 stars, but with so many great attacks this war, I just couldn't get to them all. So we were able to clear all their bases very quickly. Then we had nothing but practice attacks afterward and a very easy win. And now the word log is looking even better. We are creeping up on win number 200. That's something to look forward to, as well as Town Hall 9, or Clan Level 9. Well, hope you enjoyed all these excellent Town Hall 10 attacks.